Hey, everybody. So let's just jump right into it here, shall we? I have things that I can see, sense, feel that others cannot. And it may, if I go to describe the story to most people, it may sound so freaking bizarre. So I kind of keep a lot of what I experience to myself or only express within a small group of people because I'm very happy and content just knowing what I know, okay, and seeing what I see and getting the messages that I get. I don't feel I need to be out here on a video trying to prove something. I just don't. It's just not me. So anyway, I've had a number of interesting things occur recently. Now, it is very normal for me to get floating what I call symbols, spheres, and later have learned they're called sigils, which is a living, breathing consciousness, as are the spheres and the orbs. So I've been getting those for years. But the sigils, so if I open my eyes in the middle of the night, it can have a different shape and a different movement within the shape. And there's one in particular that's been coming for a while. I'll be sleeping and I'll open my eyes and it'll just be pulsating with like what looks like legs in front of my eyes. And as soon as I open my eyes, it backs away and it'll pulsate up here, not to frighten me, right? Because anything that's coming from the divine creator, it's not here to frighten us. The only times we get frightened is when it's something so unknown, we're not sure how to identify with it. But for the most part, they have been so gentle and loving. All of my sight, my sensories have been very gentle. And even when they pull in the shock factor, my nervous system is already aligned. So I don't get that like, you know, what's that? Where you want to immediately resist. Which scares them because they have so much love, okay? So anywho, let's fast forward to this past week. So late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning, I woke and in my face, backs up, right? And I'm just like, hey, roll over, go back to sleep. Well, the next morning, I noticed a bullseye right below my occiput, dead center to the neck. I had a red lump bump. And I noticed during the day, I was kind of like, it kept getting a little bit bigger. And I thought, damn, I got a bug bite. But then I'm like, I never see any bugs in this house, especially in my bedroom. The only time I sleep with my hair up is when I'm sleeping. The only time I sleep with my hair up. The only time I put my hair up is when I'm sleeping. So later that day, I had a healing session. And that particular shaman, massage therapist, healer said, you got a bullseye, girl, right in a massive energy point. I go, I know. And I'm wondering if, you know, sigils, physical, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, fast forward to Friday. I just happened to ask a friend, hey, what are you getting on this? And she messaged me and she was like, I'm getting that it was a bite, that it was an implant, might not be so good. It's a tracker of some kind. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really getting that. I'm getting that I'm completely protected and I'm completely safe. So sometimes I will use tools to get additional information. And so I hadn't used my pendulum in months. So I got my pendulum out and cleared it. And my pendulum answered that it was the Octorians who have been on my pendulum for quite some time now. So I began to ask a series of questions. So here's what they are. And I confirm it with my higher self at the same time because I don't channel beings. It's just the me, myself, and I, my guide team, right? My higher self. So let's see where I got with the first question. I said, was this bite from a bug, a beetle, or a spider, or something of that nature? No. Did the symbols do this? Yes. Benevolent implant. Yes. To help enhance my abilities? Yes. Galactic AI implant? Yes. Am I fully protected? Yes. Was it specifically placed there? Strategically placed between the brainstem and the spinal cord is a message I got, and the pendulum said yes. And I said, what about the visitor I had in February who placed an implant somewhere else? And I got yes. I said, are these going to work together? I got a yes. I also got the message that it's a tracker implant to increase my extrasensory perception, that both of the implants are going to work and walk together and speed up my process. I also asked, was there anything, typical human, was there anything I'm supposed to do? No. Okay. So I asked the Octorians, were you aware of this? And they said they orchestrated, but they did not place it. They orchestrated. They knew, but they didn't do it. So then I asked the pendulum, who did? The pendulum went nuts, counterclockwise, like just spinning off the chart for a while there. And so I just patiently waited for it to calm down, because lots of times the guide team is thinking of how they're going to answer. They don't do this instant think. They're thinking, is this something that she can process right now? Is this something that she really needs to know right now? Or how do we word it to her to keep it simple? And so then I patiently waited, and it spelled out Z-O-A-R-A, which I would pronounce Zora, something like that. So I said, okay, is this a place on Earth? Yes. Is it a place where the Galactics are from or were? Yes. Did I live there before? Yes. So I Googled Zara, and it's a place where Lot and his family went from the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's up near the Jordan or someplace like that. I didn't get too deep into what Google says, because you never quite know what the intentions of Google is. All right. So, and then I got the message that I was going to be told where to go and when to go if and when there was any destruction. Okay. Let's see what else I was asking the pendulum that I might not have covered. Oh, so the pendulum said that Zora used to be known as Belle, or Bella. And I asked if that was the same place from biblical times, and it said yes. I think that's about it. It's about it. But in doing so, I was able to get more confirmation about what it is that I was downloading in my own, and then to confirm it with a tool. And then while I'm using the tool, I'm prompted on what next question to ask, because I want to think before I ask the question off the frontal lobe cuff as a human, because we get a little caught up in all the details of certain things. And that is not how our bigger brothers and sisters work. They work a little differently than that, because they're very advanced. And they also have to work with my limited vocabulary, because as many humans are. I don't care how educated you are. It comes with a feeling and a knowing, and sometimes you just can't verbally express it. And I teach that, and I tell that to my clients. I've said it on these videos. Don't try to cram an entire power plant into a small socket. just what they showed me right now. This is a very small ampular, so it can't take a whole power plant put in there. So they are like the power plant of many different veins of information and levels of beingness. And I am in physical form, so I can't take on too much of that electromagnetic power because it's going to literally seize up the physical. So they do things so they don't harm you. It's not just about ricochet rabbit, thinking in the mental lobes. Okay? So that's why I always encourage people to really get into their heart center and learn to feel with the peripheral part of the energy. So it's very interesting how all of this came about. Again, I wasn't called to get a lot of answers simply because I knew that whatever I'm supposed to know, they're going to tell me. So when my friend responded with that, I knew that it was absolutely no harm. But then I thought, all right, well, let's just go ahead and double check. Make sure that I'm not bypassing a level of information that's coming in because I'm cocky. So, or I'm overconfident. So I might be missing something. So that's why I went through and asked a lot of those questions on Saturday, and this all happened on Wednesday. So the experience that I had back in February was me laying down to take a meditative nap. So I had propped myself up on pillows. It was a rainy day, and I don't usually fall asleep, and nor can I fall asleep easily, but I was frozen. I was frozen in under 2 minutes, and a being appeared, showed themselves to me, and placed something in a place in my body. And so I haven't quite been able to figure all that out, but now it's coming together because my guide team is placing specific and strategically within my physical and energetic body to work in tandem, synergistically, to help me on my inner growth process. Because I've always known for decades I was going to be a bridge between, I wouldn't say knowing and not knowing. I would say more of the bridge to broader understanding and expansion of accepting some information that you may not have accepted before. And to keep people in the space of, I am safe, I trust, I'm okay. So I've come before many people and have gotten a lot of bumps, bruises, knocks down, and obviously some bites. So anyway, yeah. So just so you do know, I tore my bed apart, and my bed was I'd already washed all my sheets like a day before and vacuumed around my bed, but I went and did all of that again just in case, you know, maybe my mind was playing tricks on me and there was a little bug behind there and I was going to catch that SOB, but it wasn't, and there wasn't. And it was very clear that this was an energetic placement of energy so that I can receive, retrieve, translate, perceive, and return. And the return would be to all of you as well as all of them. So it's a monitor, so to speak, that keeps me protected and, you know, keeps all my physical intact, keeps my energetic intact, because there's a lot of energies hitting the earth and we're all feeling a little lopsided sometimes. And I get a lot of zzz going on in my head and in the ears. 1 minute I'm great, the next minute I can feel fluid. And I can sometimes hear the ringing. That's kind of something that's passed most of the time. But any heart palpitations, making sure all the organs are working beautifully together, and that I'm not getting overstimuli, which could have a breakdown in the system. And so what I feel, see, sense, and get the messages that I am super protected and I'm being monitored by my blessed, divine, beloved, amazing team. So I hope you all find this interesting. I'd really like to hear your comments. I'd love for you to share this video because I think some of this information would help others as things begin to occur, or maybe some things have already started to occur. And some people really need to know they're not alone. Because not everybody can do the solo magicianal thing that I can do, because I'm okay with it. But many people need to know they belong to something, or that they're not cray-cray, or this has a bigger, extra sensory perception mechanisms going on. And it's for your highest good. All right? So, happy Fun Day Sunday. Much love. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I appreciate it. I'd love to get my subscribers up by spreading these messages. All right? Have a great day.